everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Katie, and today I am doing my weekly Christian book review. So this week, I'm so happy. I got my copy early. I could not wait. I had another book that technically came out like a few weeks ago that I should have gotten to first. I'm still excited for that one, but I really wanted to get to this one, and I am so excited that I just picked it up and read it because right from page one, I knew it was going to be a new favorite, and that is Embers in the London Sky by Sarah Sundin. Okay, I binge read this. I have not binge read a book in like so long. I don't know what's wrong with me. I usually, if a book is good, I binge read a book in like 24 hours. I haven't done that in like forever, but I binge read this in like 48 hours. And I just absolutely adored it. I loved the characters. I loved the setting. You know, if you don't know Sarah Sundin, all of her books are set during World War II, but she always has a unique spin. She always finds these incredible stories in history and uses those as inspiration for her own stories. And this one was no exception. It was so good, so historically richly filled with beautiful storytelling and characters, and I absolutely loved it. And this might be a contender for my favorite Sarah Sundin book of all time. Oh my. So in this one, we're following two different characters. We're following Alida van der Zee Martin. I had to look up her name in the back because I never would have remembered all those names. But we're following her as she is escaping the Netherlands to get to England. Her and her son, they want to leave her husband because he's very abusive. He's very bad. But then the day that she decides to leave, guess what? Germany invades the Netherlands, and so they have to leave as a family, and so they leave, and on the way, they have a car. On the way there, they stop to have lunch because they got a flat tire. There's planes overhead, and so they end up having a picnic lunch. And so, but then something happens where he's telling the baby to be quiet. Their son's not being quiet, so she's trying to calm him in the car. She goes into the car, and so she ends up falling asleep with her baby in her arms. But then the next morning, or I think it's the next morning, she finds out that her husband took her child and lo and behold sent him off with a couple that was going to London to escape. And so she has no idea. He says, "You have to stay with me because I'm the only one who knows where your son is." Basically, he has pretty much disowned him because he has a disability where he is missing all the fingers on his left hand, I think, on his left hand. And so he is pretty much, he's not his son at all. And so she says, "Great, how can I escape him and try to find my son?" So she does end up breaking away from him as he's dragging her from the car, or to the car. And then something happens where she breaks away, she runs, and planes come, and her husband ends up getting killed. And so she has no idea where her son is. Who is this couple? Where can she find him? The only thing she had was London. And so she ends up going to London to try to find her son, and it is just a journey of so much motherly love and determination to find her son, but also kind of a story about hope, about learning how to let go of things. We're following her as, you could definitely tell throughout the story that she had very, very strong OCD throughout the entire book. So she would do repetitive things over and over and over again, thinking that as long as she had that certain number, that everything would be okay. And so she kind of had that. But I did like how she was really trying hard to rely more on the Lord instead of that. And I just really enjoyed her storyline. And then in the other storyline, we are following a BBC News correspondent, which I loved his story so much. His name was Hugh Collingwood, and I just really, really loved his story. He came from an aristocratic background, and he's like, "I don't want to live in an aristocratic aristocratic background. I want to report the news, report the war. That's what God has called me to do, even though his family is so adamantly against it. But he really wants to just be in the war and just help share the news with the people. Well, he's also suffering from something that if people found out, it could kind of danger his career as well as his life. So I'm not going to spoil anything. So I don't know if it's in that. Probably not. But yeah, so it was really good. There's also this underlining a murder mystery throughout the book where a few people are murdered and you have to try to figure out who did it. And it was definitely quite a bit of a whodunit. I don't know if Sarah Sundin's ever done a book with like kind of a murder mystery tie-in with one of her World War II books. I don't think she has, but I really liked it. I really liked kind of how Hugh and Alita, they were both trying to solve this murder as he's also trying to help her find her kid, and it was really good, and I just really enjoyed it, and I think you're going to love it. If you've never tried Sarah Sundin, you should definitely try out this book, or if you've read Sarah Sundin, check out this book. All right, so I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you to Baker Publishing for sending me a copy of this book to read and talk about with you, and I will link it down below so you can check it out. All right, so I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video.